she. It's time now to let go of the day. Gently settle in. Feel your body soften into the mattress beneath you. Let your shoulders drop, your breath slow, and your eyes grow heavy. You are safe here. The world can wait. Tonight, we're walking into a story. A story spun from petals and soil, moonlight and memory. Let your imagination bloom like evening jasmine as you drift gently towards sleep. Our story tonight begins in a garden that does not appear on any map. It lies behind ivy-draped stone walls at the edge of a long-forgotten estate where the air is soft with twilight and time itself seems to slow. This is Lady Isolde's garden of forgotten nerves. A hush falls over the land, as though the earth itself is sighing into slumber. The sun has just dipped beneath the hills, painting the sky with strokes of lavender and rose. Her steps are silent on the mossy path, and in her basket she carries small scissors made of blackened ironworm, smooth from years of gentle use. Lady Isolde, cloaked in dust blue velvet, walks barefoot through her hidden garden. Each evening she comes here, not for guests, not for grandeur, but for a sacred rhythm passed down from mothers to daughters for generations. This garden is her sanctuary and a place of quiet magic. The air is rich with scent rosemary, sweet woodruff rue, and thyme. Some of these herbs once lined the windowsills of peasant cottages. Others were steeped into potions by wise women long misunderstood. She murmurs a soft blessing in an old tongue, brushing her fingers along its silvery leaves. The bees, lazy and drowsy from a day of gathering, buzz gently nearby. A hum like lullabies in the dusk. Lady Isolde pauses by a bush of flowering sage and smiles. Rue for protection, she whispers, picking a sprig. Lavender for dreams, marjoram for grief unspoken. Each plant has a tale, and Lady Isolde remembers them all. In the age of kings and castles, herb lore was both science and superstition. The wise believed rosemary kept the plague from entering one's door. That rue, bitter and blue-green, could fend off evil glances. And mint, when crushed beneath the soles of your boots, guided you back to the one you loved. Lady Isolde's grandmother once told her, every leaf remembers, every root knows. That's why she only tends the garden under twilight skies when the veil between worlds feels thinnest. She kneels now at the moonwort bed, delicate and fur-like. It only blooms under full moons, they say. And some believed it unlocked locks, both mental and emotional. A wind stirs the air, carrying the scent of wet earth and something ancient, almost forgotten. Above the garden, the moon rises her silver corn in the navy sky. Its light spills gently across the leaves, and Lady Isolde tilts her head, listening. To some, it would sound like nothing, but to her, the leaves rustle like whispers. The old stones murmur secrets. She is not alone. Not truly. No one in a true garden ever is. In one corner of the walled space, a fire crackles low beside an old stone bench. The coals glow with warmth, and Lady Isolde places her basket beside it. She unrolls a cloth and arranges the herbs by color and purpose. Calendula, bright as the sun. Valerian roots, strong and earthy. Chamomile, soft and feathery like a child's hair. She grinds a bit of each with a mortar and pestle, the sound rhythmic and her voice barely rises above the sound as she begins to hum a lullaby, once sung by healers in mountains. No words, just a gentle sound of comfort. The scent of the herbs unfurls into the cool night air, sweet, grounding, warm. She pours hot water into a small clay teapot. The steam curls like spirits dancing in the firelight. Lady Isolde lifts her eyes to the stars. In the old days, planting followed the moon's rhythm. Waning moon for root crops. Full moon for flowering herbs. New moon for rest and listening. It was believed that plants sown with reverence and timing grew with stronger spirits. Lady Isolde still honors those ways because some truths live in the soil long after books have forgotten them. As the tea steeps, she reaches for a small leather-bound book, its pages yellowed, its ink faded. Each page holds a recipe or memory. Pressed petals between pages, handwritten notes from women long past. She runs her fingers along the script as though touching the past itself. Her eyes drift closed, and she breathes deeply. The fire crackles. The wind sighs through the garden gate, and somewhere an hour calls low and distant. You, dear listener, are now sitting quietly beside Lady Isolde. The stone bench is cool beneath you. The cup of tea in your hands warms your palms. You breathe in the herbal steam and feel the comfort of generations. There is no hurry here, no burden, no noise from the world beyond the wall. Just the hush of bees returning to their hives, the soft rustle of leaves, and the sense that this garden has always waited for you. Let your breath match the rhythm of the garden. Inhale the peace, exhale the tension, inhale the warmth of the fire, exhale the weight of your thoughts. You are safe here. You are welcome. And Lady Isolde, with her gentle hands and steady heart, watches over this sacred place. Tonight, you sleep among herbs and moonlight. You dream where flowers. Remember, you rest where whispers carry wisdom. Shay, welcome back, gentle soul. You are still in the garden, still wrapped in night's velvet cloak. Let the dream deepen, let the hush linger. Let's return to where we left off. The fire crackling low, the scent of crushed herbs rising into the cool night air. And Lady Isolde come and watchful tending to the garden's soul. She moves slowly now, walking the length of the garden path as stars scatter above her like crushed sugar across velvet. Her gown whispers along the lavender stems, stirring the tiniest bells of fragrance into bloom. The flame doesn't waver in her hands, even as the breeze toys gently with the edges of her veil. She carries a small candle in a glass, lanternets glow gold and flickering, casting dancing shadows on the old stone walls. She approaches the rosemary hedge, not too tight. Just enough to honor the plant's gift, she places the bundle into her pouch with reverence. Here, she murmurs softly, brushing her fingertips along its branches. The old one said rosemary was for remembrance. She gathers a handful, binding it with a red silk thread. Remembrance, that word hangs in the garden air like dew. Memories bloom here as flowers do. Softly, slowly, sweetly. Somewhere deeper in the garden, a small water fountain trickles quietly. Its basin, carved from dark stone, holds moonlight in its ripples. Ivy crawls along its rim, and mint grows thick along its edges. Lady Isolde dips her fingers into the cool water. The droplets glide down her skin, and she lifts them to her face, whispering a blessing for clarity, for peace, for dreams, unclouded then. She listens to the water, to the hush, to the small things that speak only when the world is quiet. And you, too, are listening now. Can you hear them? The lullaby of the leaves, the sigh of the petals, the slow exhale of the earth, releasing its warmth into the night. Isolde makes her way to the western bed of the garden, where moonflowers bloom only under starlight. Their pale petals shimmer like spun silk, opening slowly as if stretching after a long dream. She touches one blossom with the back of her hand. These, she whispers, were once used in old potions to soothe sleepless children. A brew of moonflower and poppy seed, steeped in mother's milk, was said to hush even the most restless hearts. She does not pluck these. Some things are better left, untouched, watched, admired. Above, the stars shift gently in their ancient arcs. Isolde turns her gaze upward and hums again an older tune this time. One passed through centuries of voices, from healer to healer. Her voice is soft. It curls like incense in the air. And though no one else may hear it, the plants respond. The rue stiffens its leaves. The sage sways slightly. The valerian stands straighter in its soil. Even the night air seems to still, listening. There are stories Lady Isolde does not tell aloudly through the garden. Tales of women who walked these paths before her, hands stained with nettle and yarrow, who left tokens buried beneath roots, who wove sigils into bundles of time and hung them in rafters. She knows where they placed the stones beneath the earth. She knows which herbs were left as offerings and which were taken in grief. The garden remembers. Even when people forget, even when time moves on. The fire is now nearly cold. Soft red and orange embers pulse with slow warmth. Lady Isolde returns to the bench. She pours a final cup of the steep tea, now deeper in color, richer in scent. She adds a drop of honey gathered from hives at the edge of the forest, where bees feed on wildflowers and elder blossom. She holds it out to you. Yeah. Here, in this place of peace, you are seen. You are part of the garden too. You take the cup, hands warm, heart light. The tea is sweet, subtle, grounding, like a memory you didn't know you'd forgotten. Lady Isolde smiles not with her lips, but with her eyes. She wraps a cloak gently around your shoulders and gestures toward a bed of moss beneath an old oak tree. They're a resting place, soft, safe, sacred. The moss welcomes you as though it's always known your way. Overhead, the tree hums quietly in the breeze, and the stars blink slow and steady. Lady Isolde places a bundle of herbs beside rosemary, lavender, and meadowsweet. For memory, for calm, for peace, she whispered. Let no worry follow you into your dreams. Let the leaves keep watch. Let the moon soften your thoughts. Then she turns, walking slowly back into the garden mist, her lantern swaying gently, her silhouette dissolving into the hush of herbs and moonlight. You close your eyes, the world slips further away, and in its place, the garden, its sounds, its scent, its slow, eternal rhythm. Your breath matches its pulse. Your dreams root gently in its soil. You are no longer just a visitor. You belong here. You carry the garden now, inside you, in your breath, in your sleep, in the quiet place between thoughts. And whenever you return to this stillness, Lady Isolde will be waiting, lantern in hand, song on lips, a place prepared just for you. Sleep now. Let your dreams unfold like petals. Let the herbs whisper lullabies. Let the moon keep watch. You are safe. You are cherished. You are home.